welcome. Today I'm going to share the moon salutations. It goes alongside the sun salutations, which some of you may be familiar with. The moon salutations for me is much more a gentler practice, but opens up a similar physical and energetic spaces in the body. So obviously the breath, the hip flexors, the lower back, the hamstrings, works a little bit of strength. But the moon flow is a lot lighter than the sun salutations, so it's a really nice one to have in your toolkit to make sure that if you don't feel like you want to do the sun salutations but you want to do some yoga, that you've got something that can essentially fill that gap. So let's get going. You want to come to the back edge of your mat, wherever that is for you, and come into kneeling. If you're using any bricks or pillows underneath your buttocks, between your shins and your calves and your hamstrings and thighs, you might want to do that, or any other part of your body that needs a little bit of support to come to kneeling. And then you want to rest your hands on your thighs, and then let's work into the length of the spine. So the spine has a natural curve to it. It has a little curve under or behind the neck, a little one under or around the lower back. And you want to let that be your natural alignment of your spine. So your head is resting in line with your hips. You've got this beautiful lengthened spine. So we want to draw the shoulder blades down the spine, lift the collarbones, let the head settle on top of the spine, and begin to broaden in with the breath. Nice big belly breath. So let the belly expand on the inhale breath. And as you exhale, tuning into what they call in yoga locks, seals or bandhas, you want to draw your navel point down to your spine and lift up through the pelvic floor. But then as you inhale, letting that area feel really bright with chi, with prana, with life force, with energy. And as you exhale again, anchoring back into that center point, navel point drawing back and lifting up from the earth. Let's take a few more breaths like this, guys, and center your focus on a spot so your spine and head can stay in balance. And really notice what that breath is doing for you. As you breathe wider breaths, can you feel that shift within your nervous system? You feel that more greater connection and awareness. And as always, if there's anything that is no longer serving you, needed for this environment, just let it breathe it out on the exhale breath. Beautiful. And now we've got this gorgeous relationship. Let's stay with the friend of our breath as we move through the sort of asanas, the active component. Taking a nice broad breath in, or when it happens for you next time. And as you exhale, gently reaching the hands down the mat, letting the head soften in. I'm going to invite you to stay here for 5 breaths. So we're going to explore each posture for 5 breaths and then add it all together. So expand your hands, expand your fingers, the digits of your hands, feel it all areas of your palm pressed down to the earth. As you roll open your shoulders, you want to draw the bicep muscles towards the ceiling. So you've got what's called external rotation, shoulder joint. And then try and anchor your buttocks and your feet, feeling this nice stretch for the back, for the breath, for the body. And on the last breath, letting the mental body relax. Feeling that connection of the forehead on a brick if you're using one, or a pillow, or on the earth or the space. And the next time you feel an inhale, taking the time to ease forward, coming in line with your knees, in line with your hips, your palms in line with your shoulders. And as you inhale, let's raise long with the one leg, doesn't matter which you're going to work with. Extend it long. And here, really tune into, if you've worked with me before, this diamond connection. So drawing your navel point up to your spine, lengthening your buttocks to the back of your mat and lifting your hip bones to the front. So you've got this real seal of strength in the center. Keep smiling in, pressing through the hand that is no longer got a lower body support. Really building that strength in the midpoint. Great. Okay. And then this move's used a lot in yoga, so let's go with it for 5 times. As you breathe out, let's draw the knee maybe back to the earth, slightly forwards, in towards the chest, or round up through the back. And then re-lengthen nice and long. So on the exhale, you want to draw the knee in. Try and round out through the back now, and maybe dive the forehead to connect with the knee, thigh, shin, that sort of area of your body. And keep going with that, breathing out to bring it in so the navel point can come back, the back of the body can broaden, and as you inhale, lengthening long into that space. Fabulous. This time as we bring it in, let's help it through. So it might need a helping hand, so you might need to rest the foot, bring the hand round and kind of inch the leg through to the top of the mat, or you might find that this kind of swift movement comes through between the hands. And then from here, let's release the weight forward. So we want to drop the hips towards the front heel, find a fingertip connection, and draw the shoulder blades down the spine. Let's lift the sternum. Keep the neck nice and long. And again, press power into either the top of the foot, or if you've tucked the toe, into the balls of the toes or foot. Let's keep drawing the front hip back, driving the back hip forward. And if you feel you wish to, you might want to come up to a thigh connection, pressing slightly away to rebalance and then dropping in. Or you might want to raise your hands up towards the ceiling. And again, really fantastic. We want to level off through the shoulders, open up through the heart, and then maybe an arc back. If you're happy to, widen the elbows, let the chest lift, the shoulders draw down, the breath come in, and maybe we're kind of looking up towards the ceiling with this one. Nice big breaths. Letting go of any tension. Beautiful. And then as we inhale, let's re-raise the arms. And as we exhale, let's bring the hands down towards the earth. As we inhale, let's reverse. So the hands need to come in line with the heel of the foot, the fingertips. So as we reverse, we can lengthen that leg nice and long. And then connect that heel back or knee back towards the mat. Let's go for the left side. So nice broad breath in. Extending, pointing out or flexing through the foot, feeling the energy right to that area of your body. Remember to level the hips, square the hips to the earth, both these hip bones facing down towards the mat. Then lengthen your buttocks towards your heels, your knee, or towards the back of your mat. Let's lift the lower belly. Are you breathing? No, I'm not talking. And then as you exhale, tuning in to bring that knee where it feels comfortable for you, round it off or bring it gently in towards the forehead, and then lengthen it nice and long. Let's go with this again. Breathing out, bringing it in. Breathing in, lengthening it long. Beautiful. 2 more flows. Lifting that lower belly from the earth. Keeping the arms super strong, watching this base component. As you bring the leg in this, remember you might need to give it a helping hand, or it might just come through in front of the fingertips and then ease the pelvis towards the front heel. If you're happy to stay here, gently lengthen the neck, soften the gaze, lifting the eye line but keeping the neck nice and relaxed. Hips drawing forward, connecting with the pelvis and waist. If you're lifting up, finding maybe one hand or both, and if you're taking that lift of the arms, breathing in, bringing them by the side of the ears, and you might need to back away and ease back in, or you may be happy to stay in that position. If you're widening the elbows, drop the elbows wide towards your base of your rib cage, palms open, extended, expanded, chest lifted. And again, let's take a few more vibrant breaths here, just feeling that pelvis, that hip flexor space open, the chest lift, or maybe we're starting to look a little further back here. Just see what feels nice for you. 2 more breaths. And then as we inhale, let's raise the arms. Exhale, let's ground them by the sides of the foot, just behind the heel. So as you reverse back, you've got a lovely connection. Breathing in, and as we exhale, let's breathe the shin and knee down to the mat. Fabulous. Okay, I'm just going to invite you to rest back from here. So come back to child's pose, and let's take a few deep breaths. And I really want to get into the energy of the moon. So the moon's very receptive energy. And I want you to notice, did that feel like a good flow for you at this particular practice? And if it did, you stay with that one, because I'm going to offer a stronger connection now physically, but it's really this checking in with yourself and really honouring what your practice needs today and going with that. Because sometimes we need strength, sometimes we need softness. So yeah, so let's go with this now for the sort of deeper physical practice. If you're not doing the deeper physical one, feel free to do that same flow that we just connected with. So as we inhale, drawing into the chest, squeezing the elbows down, lifting the sternum. As we exhale, drawing it through towards that lengthened position. As we inhale, coming forward, finding tabletop. But then as we exhale, tucking the toes and lengthening the hips as the heels relax down into down dog. Remember all those beautiful teaching points around downward dog. Palms expanded as before, elbow creases drawing forward, shoulders wrapping down the spine. Oh, I can feel it as I sort of label all those areas activating for me, lengthening the buttocks up, grounding through the heels, softening through the back line of the body. Keep breathing, guys. One more deep breath here. Okay, so whether you're in tabletop or down dog, let's awaken one leg, the leg. So we want to shift the weight slightly to one side to peel off through the other leg. And then we want to level it out. So as that leg lifts and raises, let's open up through the chest, lengthen out through the toe, soften out through the body. Great. Fantastic. A few more breaths here, really bringing on those accessory supports, tendons, ligaments, little muscles that help flow, squaring the hips, squaring the shoulders, breathing from fingertip to toe tip. Okay, and then exhaling. Same options. Knee might want to draw down and come slightly in towards the chest, or you might feel you want to come into plank position, squeezing the elbow creases forward, and drawing that knee towards chest, and then lengthening back long. As we exhale, going forward, elbow creases come in, shoulders draw back, knee comes in tightly to activate the tummy, and then lengthening nice and long. Great. So we're 2 more. Breathing out. And breathing in. Breathing out. And breathing in. And as we breathe out this time, let's bring the knee between. And again, it might need a helping hand, or you might feel you can place it through directly as we lower the hips. Your choice, you might want to land back with the knee or keep the thigh engaged. Still same beautiful connections, hip flexors, elbows drawing back, chest coming forward, hips softening down to the earth. Two more breaths, just enjoying that still point after that movement. If you lift into the thigh, please feel free. If you lift into the sky, press away. Softly tuck and tilt, ease the arms up, lengthen there, or widen the elbows. Let's take 2 more breaths, breathing in, opening up through the chest. We've got this. Keeping it easy but light. And then as we raise the arms, nice deep breath in. As we exhale, around the hands. As we inhale, sweep the legs super, super long. And exhale, let's reground. Beautiful. Okay, so let's go to the alternate side. Nice deep breath in. Raising up with that leg. Oh, I'm getting a tickle with the plant. So chest dropping in, thigh lifting, body lengthening. Beautiful. One more breath here, guys. And as we exhale, let's bring that knee in, hug it close to the chest, level the shoulders, lift the belly, and then lengthening back long. Be in the presence of the breath. Let the breath move you. Breathing out as you come forward. Breathing in as you lengthen long. 2 more flows. Last one. And as that knee comes tightly in, let's step it through. Let's lower the pelvis, let's lift up through the gaze. Neck nice and long, shoulders dropping down, press into that back foot. If you're grounding, ground. If you're staying steady with that connection, please breathe here. If you're finding one hand-thigh connection, both hands, or sweep the arms up. As the arms lift, softening with the body, knee dropping, or maybe relaxing a little bit fuller with the elbows. Let's take 2 more breaths. Feeling that lift of the upper body, grounding of the lower. As we inhale, we're reaching up. Exhale, not rushing it, guys. Breathing in, let's raise and lengthen the leg. And as we exhale, let's bring the feet down. Great. So let's digest this again, just as we did previously, with the knees dropping down to the mat, coming into tabletop. And the final connection in this flow is what's called a camel, or moving into this kind of wheel effect with the body. So when you're ready, rolling yourself up, rounding off through the back, bringing the hands aligned with the thighs, and then lifting through the pelvis. As we inhale, let's bring the hands to the lower back and really lift here. You want to lift out the lower back. So we want to take the buttocks towards, inwards and towards the knee creases, lift the hip bones up and towards the rib cage. Remember, back bending is upward lifting. So it's not about sort of overstraining our lower backs, because that area will always bend for you if you ask it to, but you want to lift up. Think about the moon behind you. So this nice big circular ball. So for you, this may look like this movement, squeezing and lifting, drawing the elbows together and radiating the chest up. And that may be a gorgeous connection to make for you. Alternatively, you might want to start to draw the chest and the gaze a little bit further back, but just keep the pelvis in line with the knee joints. Don't ease back with the knees. We want to keep that nice connection there. If you're drawing the hands back, finding maybe one heel or both, the toes can be tucked under or as they are, and then focus to expand your sternum to the sky. Really good for immunity, guys. This, your thymus is underneath your sternum, stimulating, opening, expanding. Great. Let's take one more deep breath. Fantastic. And as you inhale, bringing the hands back to the pelvis. And exhaling, sitting the hips back. Coming back into that grace. So the hands come in and resting on the knees. Okay. So while we take beautiful, vibrant breaths here, just going to explain how the next bit of flow is going to work. So we're going to do the sequence 4 times through. I'm going to do it twice with the kneeling version, the first version that we connected with. And then the second 2 phases, I'll do it with the leg elevated. If you wish to do 4 of the downward dog, that's absolutely fine. 4 of the lighter flow, or a combination as I'm going to do, totally up to you. So, yeah. So let's relax out through the head. Back into the fullness of the breath, those bandhas, those locks, keeping the mind, the emotional body with this idea of flow, of consistency. And as you exhale here, preparing to move, and if you have an intention, gently softening it in as you breathe in. And as you exhale, draw the hands down the mat, sweep into the top edge of the mat, softening in with the head. As you inhale, waken the spine, bring it to tabletop, and as you exhale, hug the elbow creases forward, soften out through the shoulders. As you inhale, raise the leg. As you exhale, bring that leg in towards the chest, round off the back and help it between the hands. As you inhale, drop the pelvis, lift the chest, maybe stay there, find the thigh, or lift towards the ceiling. As you exhale, widen your elbows, or continue to breathe in whichever position you're in. As we inhale, re-lengthen through the arms. And as we exhale, folding forwards, reaching through, and then exhale, hands and fingertips behind the heel. As we inhale, reach the leg long, try and find that neutral alignment of head, hip, and heel. And as we exhale, relaxing that foot, that leg down to the mat. Let's go to the other leg for you as we breathe in, lengthening the leg long, extending the heel or toe. As you exhale, bring the knee in, round off through the back. Take the foot between and beyond the hands. As we inhale, let's soften the hips, let's lift the chest, the thighs, or maybe the arms. As we exhale, let's widen the elbows or expand through into the breath. As we inhale, let's lift up through the arms. And as we exhale, let's fold over that front thigh. As we inhale, let's sweep along with the left leg, extending towards the back of the space. And as we exhale, let's draw the knees, shins, or legs together. As we breathe out, diving the hips down towards the heels, reaching the hands forward. And as we breathe in, rolling up through the spine, so chin drops into chest, but we come into high kneeling. Hands in alignment for you, lifting at the chest, the pelvis are holding through the back. And as you exhale, rolling into that lovely posture. As we inhale, coming back. And as we exhale, sitting the hips back, finding the thighs, opening up through the chest. Beautiful. Nice deep breath in. Let's flow to the other side. So as we exhale, sweep the hands down the mat. As we inhale, let's come forward into tabletop, aligning shoulders with wrists. Keep the elbow creases forward, and as we exhale, let's draw to down dog. As we inhale, raise a leg for you, extending it towards the ceiling, back of the space, or wherever is accessible. As you exhale, bring that knee through, ground it between your hands, lower the hips, knee or thigh, or lifting in with the breath, coming up to high lunge. As we exhale, let's open the chest, let's widen through the body. Breathing in, let's lengthen back long through the arms. And as we exhale, let's bring the hands down by the side of the front foot. As we inhale, let's sweep that leg nice and long to the back of the space. And as we exhale, let's bring the foot back to the mat. Awesome, well done guys. Opposite leg, breathing in. Breathing out, reaching that leg through. Breathing in, lengthening long to lift up. Tucking the tailbone, opening the hips. As we exhale, widening through the chest. As we inhale, lifting up. And as we exhale, finding that connection back to the earth. Inhale, sweeping that leg nice and long. And as we exhale, bringing the toes down towards the mat, followed by the knees, hips, and pelvis. As we breathe in, let's roll up through the spine, high kneeling. Hands at your choice, chest, hips, or thighs. And as we exhale, humbling out. So we bring the hands down to the thighs, re-resting into what's called rock pose. You want to feel like a rock, rocking your strength, in your solidarity, in your that unshakable part of you. And again, if you feels natural for you to rest the eyes down, let's then turn the palms up into the yin energy, the receptive moon energy. Really accepting what you've just created with that practice. Vibrancy, comfort, support. And if you had an intention, drawing your mind back to that. If it resonates with you, Really nice to move into what the yogis call your auric space. It's a little bubble of support around you. Widen the arms, lift the gaze up, and as the palms come together, we're connecting the sides of the brain, the body, lengthen it down through this midline, bringing this union connection. And in the center of all of our energy centers is the heart. And you want to lift up from the pelvis, draw down from the head. Let's all meet in the middle, guys. So, namaste from me. Hope you enjoyed the practice. Have a beautiful, beautiful day, and maybe flow with that moon sequence as and when you feel happy to.